Hello and welcome to Express News. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates. My name is Abhishek Mahajan. Let's start with our top story. President Draupadi Murmu is on a 4-day visit to Vrindavan in the North Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. On Thursday, the President performed darshan and puja at several revered sites, including Sri Banke Bihari Temple. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the third edition of Uttar Pradesh International Trade Show 2025 in Greater Noida on Thursday. Addressing the gathering, PM Modi stressed that India must become self-reliant and every product that can be made in India must be produced in India. After UP, Prime Minister Modi visited Banswara, Rajasthan and laid the foundation stone for Mahi Banswara, Rajasthan Atomic Power Project and launched projects worth rupees 1.22 lakh crore for Rajasthan and other states. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on Wednesday hosted the Forum for India-Pacific Islands Cooperation Foreign Ministers meeting in New York. On the sidelines of the FIPIC FMM, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar also met other leaders, including Prime Minister of Tonga and his counterparts from Mexico, Cyprus, and several Pacific Island nations. Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting Dr. L. Murugan is currently on an official visit to South Korea. He participated in a special community engagement program at the Indian Embassy in Seoul. Prime Minister Modi on Thursday marked the 11th anniversary of the Make in India initiative, celebrating its transformative impact on India's economic landscape and entrepreneurial ecosystem. Prime Minister Modi on Thursday paid tribute to Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay on his birth anniversary and emphasized that his philosophy continues to inspire India's development model. Home Minister Amit Shah also paid tribute to Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay on the occasion of birth anniversary of Deen Dayal Upadhyay in Delhi. India's Ministry of Defence signed a contract with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited for procurement of 97 light combat aircraft Mk-1A for the Indian Air Force at a cost of over rupees 62,370 crore. India has carried out the successful launch of intermediate-range Agni Prime missile from a rail-based mobile launcher system and is designed to cover a range up to 2,000 kilometers. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh led a special cleanliness initiative on Thursday at the Army headquarters as part of Swachhotsav 2025. Addressing the gathering, Rajnath Singh highlighted that cleanliness is not just about tidiness, but a way of life that reflects discipline and responsibility. The Defence Minister also participated in a tree planting drive to promote an eco-friendly, zero-waste environment. Home Minister Amit Shah, along with BJP National President JP Nadda, led a sapling plantation drive in Delhi as part of Swachhta Hi Seva 2025 campaign. Sanjay Jaju, Secretary in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, also took part in the cleanliness drive on Thursday. As part of the ongoing Swachhta Hi Seva 2025 campaign, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan participated in a Shramdan activity in a college in Delhi University. Under the ongoing national campaign Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam, Indian Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav planted a sapling at the Asola Bhatti Wildlife Sanctuary in New Delhi. The second Shanghai Cooperation Organization Young Author Conference is being held in New Delhi under the theme of Dynamics of Creative Spaces in the Digital Age, a dialogue among SCO young authors. Indian equity indices ended lower on fifth straight session on Thursday, with Nifty below 24,900. At close, the Sensex was down 556 points and the Nifty was down 166. Indian rupee ended flat at 88.67 per dollar on Thursday. Gold futures maturing on October 3rd was priced at 1,13,070 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for the December 5 maturity stood at 1,37,174 rupees per kg on the MCX. Global crude oil prices edged down on Thursday as some investors took profits after US stocks closed lower. Stocks took a hit on Thursday as traders pulled back from the buying spree that had pushed markets to record highs. The upcoming US inflation and jobs data are expected to be key catalysts for the next market moves. As per official data, France's public debt has ballooned to a record 3.4 trillion euros, piling pressure on new Prime Minister as he confronts protests and political turmoil. The Swiss National Bank held its key interest rate at 0 on Thursday, the lowest among major central banks, as it warned that US President Donald Trump's tariffs had dimmed the outlook for the Swiss economy going into 2026. Economic growth in Southeast Europe is anticipated to face challenges next year due to US tariffs, increased competition from China and government budget pressures. Now, Apple has requested that the European Union scrap the Digital Markets Act, citing security risk and a worse experience for consumers. Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas will address the UN General Assembly virtually on Thursday amid US opposition that barred his travel to New York. This follows France's summit where Western nations recognized Palestine. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, en route to the US, vowed to condemn these recognitions in his Friday UN speech, reiterating rejection of a Palestinian state and announcing a Trump meeting. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov met US Secretary of State Marco Rubio on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly to reaffirm the resolve to solve the growing tension between Russia and Ukraine. During the meet, Rubio reiterated President Trump's call for the killing to stop and the need for Moscow to take meaningful steps towards a durable resolution to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said he was ready to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin anywhere except Moscow. Russia responded by naming Istanbul as its preferred venue for potential talks. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov told Russian media that Putin is open to a meeting with Zelensky. Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Dissanayake called on world leaders to act together against conflict, poverty, corruption and drugs during his first address to the 80th United Nations General Assembly in New York. US President Donald Trump demanded an investigation into what he called triple sabotage after an escalator, teleprompter and sound system malfunction as he addressed the United Nations. Footage showed that Trump and First Lady Melania Trump getting on the escalator at UN headquarters on Tuesday before it stopped with a lurch, forcing them to walk up. As Trump began his speech, his teleprompter was not working. Trump then complained that his teleprompter for his speech was stone cold dark for the first 15 minutes. The UN has said the events that happened while Trump was at its headquarters in New York were accidental and partly blamed them on White House staff. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese promoted his government's world-first teen social media ban at an event in New York, warning the challenges posed by social media for children was constantly evolving. A total of 120 countries and the European Union announced new goals to reduce greenhouse gas emissions at the Climate Leaders Summit in New York on Wednesday. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres convened this special summit for the new goals and said that the upcoming UN climate talks COP30 must produce a credible global response plan to get us on track. In the Texas city of Dallas, a detainee was killed and 2 were wounded in a sniper attack on a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility. President Trump, in a post on Truth Social, blamed the attack on radical left Democrats constantly demonizing law enforcement, calling for ICE to be demolished and comparing ICE officers to Nazis. Denmark Justice Minister said the drone incursions that shut several Danish airports on Wednesday were a hybrid attack intended to spread fear. Denmark's Aalborg airport was closed due to drones in its airspace on Wednesday, 2 days after the country's main Copenhagen airport was shut over drone sightings. Airport in western Denmark reopened early on Thursday. Now, Thailand's foreign minister called for de-escalating tensions with Cambodia, seeking withdrawal of troops and weapons from border areas. Costa Rica reopened its airspace after a power outage forced a nationwide closure for at least 5 hours, disrupting flights across the country. All right, we are slipping into a very short break. On the other side, more stories. Keep watching Express News.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy, always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Let's resume. Hundreds of thousands of people in southern China were clearing up on Thursday after powerful typhoon Ragasa crashed through Guangdong province, ripping down trees, destroying fences and blasting sign-off buildings. Hong Kong on Thursday began cleaning up toppled trees and normalcy gradually returned to the city after the world's most powerful tropical cyclone this year lashed the financial hub. Hong Kong resumed flights at its international airport on Thursday after a 36-hour suspension caused by the world's most powerful tropical cyclone this year. In Taiwan, Cyclone Ragasa killed at least 14 and injured dozens more when a decades-old barrier lake burst in eastern Hualien County. A 6.3 magnitude quake shook northwestern Venezuela late Wednesday, following a slightly smaller tremor in the area. Nickel mining in Indonesia's Raja Ampat region is threatening one of the world's most vital marine biodiversity and coral hotspots. The India Met Department has issued an orange alert for heavy to very heavy rainfall over central state of Chhattisgarh and parts of western state of Maharashtra on Thursday. A yellow alert is in place in eastern states of Odisha, West Bengal, southern states of Kerala, Telangana and the northeastern states. Severe waterlogging was witnessed in parts of eastern Indian city of Kolkata amid heavy rainfall, disrupting traffic movement and causing inconvenience to citizens. As per IMD, the southwest monsoon is withdrawing from India, leading to drier, warmer weather and increased heat and humidity across states. The Autumn Green Days Fair at Ulaanbaatar's Central Stadium offers affordable seasonal produce from Mongolian farms. The 2026 Guinness World Records announced Thursday highlights quirky feats like the tallest donkey, a banana car and a skateboarding pig, alongside human records in gymnastics, rotations and heavy lifting, totaling 2,247 records. UK resident Derek took home the certificate for tallest living donkey, standing at 167 centimeters, while his companion Bamboo won the title for longest years on a living donkey measuring 35 inches. British creator and resident of the IST Brathwaite was recognized by Guinness World Records for having the world's longest banana car. Young American gymnast Kinley Hyman claimed the world record for most gymnastic bar to hand movements in 30 seconds. In Turkey's Gaziantep, archaeologists uncovered Hittite-era water tunnels and artifacts, including a 4,000-year-old game boat. Regent Sounds, a historic guitar store on London's Denmark Street known as Tin Pan Alley, relaunches on Thursday after a major refurbishment. On the outskirts of Cairns, Australia, biotech startup Rainstick is using lightning-like electricity to boost seed growth, blending indigenous knowledge with science to strengthen crops without changing farm practices. In Turkey's Isparta, the ancient craft of leather burning art continues to thrive. This 4,000-year-old tradition uses exotic leathers to create designs reflecting Turkey's rich cultural heritage. A 6-million-year-old fish fossil, Atlas bath E. pelagius, found in Cologne by the University of Panama, is reshaping knowledge of the Isthmus of Panama's formation. Locals from Morocco's Azilal region are working hard to preserve their ancestral language that is conveyed through whistling, a unique form of communication. Con Dao National Park in Vietnam, known for its beaches and ecosystems, has joined the IUCN Green List, covering 29,000 hectares. It protects coral reefs, mangroves and sea turtles, becoming Vietnam's second park on the list. Hanoi, Vietnam is launching the Hanoi Capital Product Store on Shopee to promote local foods, crafts and OCOP products. The program offers digital training for producers and runs until December 15. Scientists at the University of Leicester, UK, are collecting bacteriophages from zoo animal faeces to combat drug-resistant infections, testing samples from over 160 species for future medical use. Italian luxury brand Fendi unveiled its Spring-Summer 2026 collection at Milan Fashion Week on Wednesday, blending florals, geometric patterns and vibrant colors. Scarlett Johansson's directorial debut, Eleanor the Great, to hit US cinemas on Friday, starring 95-year-old June Squibb in the titular role. Robert De Niro is set to receive Rome's top honor in conjunction with the Alice in the City sidebar of the Rome Film Festival. Punjabi singer A.P. Dillon, famous for songs like Brown Munde and Afsos, will tour 8 Indian cities this December. Indian actor Vikrant Messi, who recently won a national award for his role in 12 Fail, has landed his first project with Dharma Productions titled Dostana 2. A newly restored version of Ramesh Sippy's Sholay will premiere at the Indian Film Festival of Sydney, presented by the team behind the globally recognized Indian Film Festival of Melbourne. Now, actor Angad Bedi honoured his late father, cricket legend Bishan Singh Bedi, on his birth anniversary on Thursday with heartfelt Instagram post. Indian actress Kareena Kapoor has begun shooting her 68th film Daira, directed by Meghna Gulzar and co-starring Prithviraj Sukumaran. The first look of Made in India, a Titan story, an upcoming series on Amazon MX Player, was unveiled on Wednesday on the 11th anniversary of Make in India campaign. The first single, Carmini from Carmini Savlam, starring Samutri Kani, was released on Wednesday. Now, Emmy Wiggs Punjabi film Gode Gode Cha 2 will release on October 22, 2025. Now, India has stormed into the Asia Cup final in style with a convincing win over Bangladesh. The men in blue restricted Bangladesh to 127 while defending a target of 168 and now gear up for the final showdown on September 28. India posted a competitive score powered by opener Abhishek Sharma's explosive 75 of 37 deliveries. The bowling attack led by Kuldeep Yadav, 3 wickets for just 18 runs, tore through Bangladesh batting lineup. Now Pakistan will face Bangladesh in a high-stakes Super 4 game on Thursday. The winner will face India in the finals on 28th. The BCCI on Thursday announced a 15-member India squad for the upcoming 2-test home series against the West Indies. Shubman Gill will continue as captain after leading India to a 2-2 draw in England. Ravindra Jadeja to serve as his deputy. World number 1 bowler Jasprit Bumrah has been included in the squad while Karun Nair missed out. Wicketkeeper batter Rishabh Pant also misses out as he continues to recover from a foot injury. Fast bowler Prasidh Krishna suffered a head injury during India A's second match against Australia A in Lucknow. Shreyas Iyer has decided to take a 6-month break from red ball cricket after undergoing a surgery. Iyer experienced recurring back spasm and stiffness while playing the longer format. Liverpool defender Giovanni Leone is set to be sidelined for several months after suffering a serious injury on his club debut. Arsenal defeated a spirited Port Vale side 2-0 in the third round of the League Cup. Ebrechi Eze scored his first Arsenal goal. Lionel Messi scored 2 goals and assisted another as Inter Miami thumped New York City FC 4-0 on Wednesday to clinch a Major League Soccer Cup playoff berth. In La Liga, second place Barcelona is set to face Oviedo on Thursday night. All right, that's all we have in this edition of Express News. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.